Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Pet Peeves with Liam. Today we're going to talk about cold weather conditions and how to prepare for them. So what is consent? So consent is basically when you give a verbal or a non-verbal communication to someone, allowing them to understand that is a yes or a no that's coming from you. And the non-verbal can be mm-hmm or mm-mm or. So with you agreeing to the consent, you are giving authorization to whoever to do whatever they have to do so that you're going to the next step. So for example, you clicking on saying I agree to the terms and conditions, you're also saying that I'm giving away all my information and they're going to sell all my information to other people. Another example of consent is when you have a written contract or a verbal contract with somebody who you may be having a special connection with. But seriously, guys, there is a law that's called a Good Samaritan law. If you do not have the consent from that individual, then you could be prosecuted against and or sued. So make sure you guys have the consent from someone. That way you guys can do whatever you have to do and not get in trouble. Now, granted, the Good Samaritan law does protect you, but you don't want to be like Mr. Incredible, trying to save people, and then next thing you know, you get in trouble, trying to be the hero. Next vocabulary word is going to be first aid. So first aid is the immediate medical given to an injured or hurt person before professional help arrives. So basically, you're trying to address the problem as best as you can, and you're just obviously waiting for somebody that actually knows what they're doing to better handle the situation. Now, when you're trying to, let's say for example, stop the bleeding, that can be you stopping it by using the person's shirt and you applying pressure onto the wound, or that can be you trying to fill in the wound to stop the bleeding. It could be any creative things, but being mindful that you want to be able to have a clean material, that way you do not cause infection to that exposed area or don't make a bigger problem than what it is. One of the cold weather injuries is going to be dehydration. So dehydration is basically when you lose H2O in your body and you're thirsty as I don't know what. So you ever wake up early in the morning and you just like pretty parched, feeling a little cotton mouth? Yeah, that's called dehydration. Dehydration can also lead to stomach problems. It can also lead to headaches. It can also lead to dizziness and other things. So naturally, the body needs water. So obviously, drink enough water as much as you can. Try not to be drinking energy drinks and coffee. I know some of you guys love it. It's flowing throughout your body, and if you guys don't have it, it's you start itching. You know what I mean? But you want to be able to have water because that's the basic necessity of the human body. During cold weather conditions, you guys want to have a Camelback. So Camelbacks is a hydration system, and you hook it up to your book bag or to yourself, and you have a valve. So it's an off and on valve, right? And then you open it up, you bite onto it, and you suck the water out of it. Now, when cold weather conditions happen, the water can freeze. So in this tube, the water can freeze. So what you guys, if it do freeze, what you guys want to do is basically blow the water back. And then you're going to hear some bubbles coming, going into the hydration system. And that can also cause it to be a slushy sound. Okay? As you know, dehydration does not only happen in cold weather conditions, but it also happens in hot weather conditions. So always carry a water system, whether that being a Camelback or whether that being a gallon of water, because your body needs it. So the next definition is going to be frostbite. So frostbite is basically when you have cold and windy conditions and you have your body parts being highly exposed. So whether that being your ears, your nose, your cheeks, your chin, your fingers, your knees, your toes, and different body parts. So make sure you guys have appropriate clothing when it comes to cold weather conditions, and cover those exposed areas, because frostbite is a very long-term, permanent damage to those certain body parts, and it's very miserable for you guys to have it. Which actually leads to my next vocabulary word. So my next vocabulary word is insulated. So what you guys want to have is something that's going to keep you warm. So cloth, like this thermal that I have on, is a no-go. When you guys are in the wintertime or even in the summertime, you guys don't want to have cotton, because when you sweat, this is going to be nice and drenched, right? And then you have that cold breeze, right? Going to give you pneumonia, okay? So you don't want to do that. What you guys want to do is you guys want to have wool or weather insulated clothing. That way you guys can stay warm and stay dry as much as possible. Another thing when it comes to weather insulated wear, you guys don't want to have too much gear on, because it can overheat you as well. So try not to have too much gear on. Try to know like what works for you, what doesn't work for you, because if you have, like I said, if you have too much, you're going to overheat yourself, and you can actually dehydrate a lot faster, because your body is working a little overtime because it's carrying all that weight. Next vocabulary word is going to be immersion foot or trench foot. So basically is when your feet gets very, very moist, wet, and it causes the skin to peel off. You ever been in the shower or in the tub or even in the pool or ocean, and your fingers and some of your body parts, it gets nice and wrinkly? Well, that's basically immersion foot. So it comes to a part where it can start peeling off, and it obviously is not good. So what you guys want to do is try to dry off as soon as possible. When you guys are rucking or hiking or going long distances and stuff, even walking, try to swap out your socks. That way it's not as moist as it is. So the next definition is going to be hypodermia. So hypodermia is basically when you lose normal body heat. So the normal body heat temperature is going to be between 97, 98, 99 is kind of pushing it, and you already know 100. You all of a sudden got COVID. So the hot spots of your body is going to be your head. You know, that's why they call you a hot head, right? Your neck, your underarms, your hands, your palms, your groin, and your feet. When you learn how to control your breathing and your body, you can also learn to distribute that heat to those certain places of your body. That way you can stay warm. When you do have hypothermia, do not all of a sudden just jump in a hot tub to get nice and warm. You don't want to do that, because you're going to then put your body in a shock, because it's like you playing in the snow. If you ever did play in the snow, or you coming from a cold condition and you go into a hot condition, it's just like, it's like so hot that it's so cold that it's hot, and it just basically throws off the body. So that's, you don't want to do that. You want to slowly ease your body into that temperature. Now in those extreme temperatures, a little different story. Try to get with somebody that have that first aid experience to try to take care of you. But hypothermia, just try to stay warm as much as possible, because you don't want to lose limbs. Same thing with frostbite. It'll have to be cut off, which would then go into gangrene. And gangrene is basically when that body part has rotten and has to be cut off. If any of y'all seen Walking Dead, that affected area, it have to be cut off, just so you won't die. So the next definition is, you guys guessed it, snow blindness. So snow blindness is basically when the sun reflects onto the snow, and the ultraviolet rays basically be distributed out to your eyes, and the reflection of it can be harmed pretty bad. So that's why you guys want to wear sunglasses in the summertime, and that way you guys' eyes do not get harmed. The last word is going to be precipitation. So precipitation is basically rain, snow, hail, things of that sort, or even just mist, and you just want to take cover from the elements and try not to be in the elements for too long. Obviously, because you're going to get drenched, and you don't want to get drenched because you have the cold conditions, and then you have the wind, and it's just going to be miserable. But like they say, if it's not raining, we ain't training. But you know, if you catch a cold, you got COVID automatically. So that's basically going to wrap up my video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good one and learn something. You guys